The sleek black limousine glided to a stop in front of the charity gala. Inside, James Whitfield, a self-made millionaire CEO, loosened his tie, exhausted from another night of handshakes and empty conversations. As the driver opened the door, James slid into the back seat, only to find a young black girl sitting there, arms crossed, staring at him with fierce, unblinking eyes. "Shut up," she said before he could even speak. James froze, stunned. He had never heard those words spoken to him like that, and in the next 5 minutes, his life and his understanding of success would change forever. James Whitfield was known for two things: his ruthless business sense and his spotless public image. Born into privilege, he had turned his father's modest logistics company into a billion-dollar empire. To the outside world, James was untouchable, a man whose suits cost more than most people's monthly rent. That night, the city's elite had gathered for a charity auction at the Carlton Hotel. James was the keynote speaker, delivering a polished speech about giving back to the community before slipping away early. His chauffeur, Charles, had parked the limo in a quiet side street to avoid the crowd. As James stepped inside, he noticed the faint smell of crayons and the soft rustle of paper. And then he saw her, maybe 8 years old, wearing a faded pink hoodie, her tiny legs swinging above the floor. Before he could ask who she was or why she was in his car, she locked eyes with him and delivered those two sharp words: "Shut up." James blinked, unsure whether to be offended or amused. "Excuse me," he said finally, his voice carrying the authority of a man used to instant respect. The girl didn't flinch. She held up a worn spiral notebook covered in stickers and doodles. "You talk too much," she said. "Grown-ups always do, and you never listen." Something about her tone, direct but not cruel, caught him off guard. He leaned back, studying her. "Who are you?" Her name was Lila, and as James learned in pieces, she was Charles's niece. Her mother worked 2 jobs, and Lila spent most evenings waiting for her uncle to finish his shifts. Tonight, she had climbed into the limo while he was inside the hotel making a quick delivery. She told James she had overheard his speech from the balcony. "You said you care about kids like me, but you don't even know what we need." James tried to defend himself, but Lila cut him off again. "You think giving money is the same as caring. It's not." For the first time in years, James found himself at a loss for words. He sat in silence, letting her speak. She told him about the after-school program that had closed last month, the empty library shelves, the playground equipment that had rusted so badly it cut her friend's hand. "You've got the power to fix things," she said, "but you'd rather throw parties and make speeches." Her words hit harder than any boardroom argument James had ever faced. In the dim glow of the car's interior lights, he saw the truth in her eyes, a quiet frustration mixed with a stubborn hope. She wasn't asking for herself. She was demanding something bigger, something lasting. The limo rolled through the city streets, past the neighborhoods Lila called home. James looked out the window and saw what she meant: cracked sidewalks, shuttered storefronts, kids playing in the street because the community center had been closed for months. By the time they reached her block, James felt something shift. Inside him, not guilt exactly, but a sharp awareness that the image he'd built of himself as a philanthropist was nothing more than a mirror reflecting his own ego. Lila hopped out of the car without a goodbye, but not before leaving her notebook on the seat. On the last page, in uneven handwriting, were the words, "Stop talking, start doing." That night, James sat alone in his penthouse, the city glittering. Below, He read Leela's notebook, cover to cover messy drawings, lists of things her neighborhood needed, even a few ideas for businesses she thought could bring jobs back. The next morning, James cancelled 2 meetings and called his CFO. Within a month, the after-school program reopened with full funding. The library got new books. The playground was rebuilt. But more than that, James began showing up, not with speeches, but with questions, listening to what people actually needed. He never saw Lila again, but her voice stayed with him. And every time he felt tempted to hide behind polite words and gala dinners, he remembered the moment she looked him in the eye and told him to shut up. Sometimes, it takes the smallest voice to cut through the loudest noise.